A very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News, coming to you live and direct from the Prime TV studios with me, Abrar Abid. Now, before we go into our stories in detail, let's take a look at our headlines. Pujit Jayasundara has made a revelation at the Special Parliamentary Select Committee. President says that every sector should be dedicated to protect the environment. Prime Minister points out that even though the people united after the Easter attacks, political communalists destroyed it. Chinese president praises best friend Putin during his Russian visit. In our lead story, President Maithripala Sirisena has said that all sectors should be dedicated to practically put into action law that protect the environment. He made this observation addressing an Environment Day commemoration function held at the Bandaranayake Memorial Conference Hall. The commemorative function was organized under the theme Minimizing Air Pollution Through Sustainable Forest Management, parallel to World Environment Day. The Environment Day commemorative function commenced after giving the Environment Pledge. The website on air and water quality measurement units was thereafter launched by the President. The air measurement unit given by the Vehicle Air Emission Fund was officially handed over to the Director General of the Central Environment Authority. The Sobakata magazine and the Handbook on the Control and Regulation of Air Pollution for Sustainable Existence was also handed over to the President. The Gas Emission Control Gazette signed by the President parallel to the 2019 World Environment Day was also launched, and it was presented to the President by the Director General by the Central Environment Authority. The President handed over to the Secretary of the Ministry of Environment and Mahawali Development the agreement for the granting of 21.3 million rupees for the establishment of plant nurseries in 14 state institutions. The financial grants given to the Central Environment Authority by the Punarodaya National Programme were handed over to its Director General. The President handed over a sum of 1.5 million rupees to Tharushi Rajapaksa of the Ratnapura Sumana Balika Vidyalaya, who created an environment-friendly production to undertake her future initiatives. Tharushi Vidushika Rajapaksa has done novel creations, and among them of the production of an environment-friendly bag that could replace the lunch sheet. Expressing his views on the occasion, President Maithripala Sirisena emphasized that it was the responsibility of all politicians as well as the officials to take action for the implementation of policy decisions taken on behalf of the environment and also laws that safeguard the environment. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has emphasized that everyone should work in unity sans any division, such as Sinhalese, Tamils and Muslims. He laid this emphasis in a special statement to the media. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that after the Easter Sunday attacks, the Sinhalese got together. The Tamils also united with them, while the Muslims also did the same. Such a unity had not taken place in the country for a long time. It was based on this unity that they have launched a program to move forward. But due to the Satyagraha that took place last week and the communal campaigns that followed, the Muslim ministers have withdrawn from the government. Even the Muslims have got together and separated. It does not augur well for the country. It was a communal campaign that was launched at that time. The Prime Minister said that earlier they had an opportunity, after the bomb attacks, to nab the bomb attackers and the conspirators. Action was taken to maintain law and order. They saw in Kuliyapitiya a politically motivated attempt. There was political involvement here too. Shops were ordered to put their shutters down. It was handled by Pradeshya Sabha members. It was not steered by the Sangha but politicians to achieve political mileage. This was done as law and order were properly endorsed and the ISIS terrorism was successfully contained. This is the situation that has now surfaced. The Prime Minister opined that they had discussed this matter. He discussed with the members of the Mahasangha. He said that they agreed to the statement made by the Anunayaka of the Malvatte chapter, the Venerable Nyangura Vijatasiri Thera. He said that there should be no division. Everyone should get together and work unitedly. There were Muslim ministers from the past history, even during the time of war. There were also Tamil ministers and Sri Lankan identity created. This is the safety for the Sinhala community. Not all of them are working together and having a broad discussion. He said that they had an intention of meeting the Ananayaka Thera. An opportunity should be designed for everyone to unite again. If political campaigns as mooted, they have to face such a situation. The country's unity should be safeguarded. He said that he is very sorry as some media was encouraging these communal campaigns. It was totally spread in the country. It has been totally rejected by the country today. In more local news, both the then Defence Secretary Hemasri Fernando and the former IGP Pujit Jayasundara today testified before the Special Parliamentary Select Committee.
Testifying before the Special Parliamentary Select Committee appointed to look into the terrorist attacks on Easter Sunday, former Inspector General Pujit Jayasundara said the then Defence Secretary told him that President Maithripala Sirisena had wanted him not to attend the National Security Council meetings. He said the message of the President was transmitted through the then Defence Secretary Hemasri Fernando. He further said that last meeting he attended was on October 23, 2018. Former Defence Secretary Hemasri Fernando said that although the state intelligence was under him according to the Gazette, its operations were not handled by him. It was handled by the Defence Minister, as a Defence Secretary like him had no strength to change the methodology. When talking about the Defence Secretary, there is a big difference between him and the Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Mr. Rajapaksa was the unofficial defence minister. He was a helpless secretary who could not at least talk to the defence minister. He said that there was no difference between him and other secretaries. As a defence secretary, he said that he had no powers.
Ambassador of the Netherlands, Joanne Doornwerd, has paid a courtesy call on the Mahanayaka of the Asgiriya chapter, the Most Venerable Varakagada Sri Jnanaratna Thera. The Netherlands ambassador, during her meeting with the Mahanayaka, discussed the prevailing situation in the country. The ambassador expressed views with respect to the arrival of tourists from her country. The Asgiriya chief prelate made inquiries from the ambassador on the support her government can extend to Sri Lanka. Thereafter, expressing views to the media, Ambassador Joanne Doornwerd said that her country was always ready to extend the necessary support to Sri Lanka. She said that her country had worked with Sri Lanka for a long period. All communities in the island are living in unity. She said she expected that this process would continue in the future. Netherlands had no need to mediate in the internal affairs of Sri Lanka. Actually, Sri Lanka is a beautiful country. There are no obstructions for tourists to visit the island nation. Security in Sri Lanka has been consolidated. She again appealed to foreign tourists to tour Sri Lanka.
We have a very long relationship with Sri Lanka, so we know Sri Lanka is a country which has very diverse communities that have lived in peace, and we would like to see that to continue. We don't want to mingle in internal affairs, but we have a concern, so we would like to see how we can assist the communities to live in peace together in the future. So we have changed, we say things going better. We have upgraded our travel advice last Friday, so there's no hindrance for Dutch tourists to come here. So you will see more Dutch tourists coming again to this beautiful country. Travel advice has been adjusted, so there's no hindrance to come to Sri Lanka. So we say it's safe to come. So just be cautious, but there's no. I mean, Sri Lanka is a beautiful country to visit, so they will be back.
In more local news, the third stage of the Thurulia Venuan Api reforestation program has commenced in the Sinathnagar area on Seelavathura. 3,000 plants will be planted within the Vilpattu Forest Reserve under this program. The Thurulia Venuan Api reforestation program has been launched based on a concept of Army Commander Lieutenant General Mahesh Senanayaka. Under this program, it is intended to plant 56,000 plants within the Vilpattu Reserve. Its aim is to increase the forest density within the Vilpattu National Reserve. 53,000 varieties of plants were planted within the Madhu area and the Marachikadi area under the first and second stages. Meanwhile, in view of Environment Day, a tree planting program was launched in affiliation to St. Clair's Waterfall in Talavakele. An extent of about 5 areas in affiliation to his waterfall was devastated. The planting of trees in this area commenced with the involvement of the Presidential Secretariat and the Norelia District Secretariat. The Mullaitivu District Secretariat has said that 650 projects were launched at the end of the third day of the Ratovenuen Ekatasitimu National Development Project mooted within the Mullaitivu district. The expenditure incurred in this regard was around 52.04 million rupees. 169 projects were launched within yesterday alone under the Ratovenuen Ekatasitimu National Development Project implemented within 6 divisional secretariat divisions in the Mullaitivu district. The number that benefited through the projects launched within the last 3 days exceeded 37,000. 269 projects are being implemented within the Mullaitivu district today. Accordingly, 27 programs are being implemented in the Odusudan Divisional Secretariat Division and 14 within the Velioya Divisional Secretariat Division. 58 programs will be launched in the Maritime Pattu Divisional Secretariat Division in addition to the launching of 55 programs within the Pudukodi Irappu Divisional Secretariat. 56 programs are being launched in the Tunukkai Divisional Secretariat and 59 programs in the Manthai East Divisional Secretariat within today. Among them, 209 projects are being implemented under the Presidential Secretariat. These include the opening of new houses, the distribution of lands, and the handing over of new houses. The Sri Lankan Navy had launched several raids within the Northern Sea. The Navy said that several arrests were also made. 16 persons who were engaged in illicit fishing in the sea off the Alampil area in Mullaitivu have been taken into custody. The Navy said that they seized the fish catch of these illegal fishermen in addition to fishing gear and 3 trawlers. The Navy had recovered an abandoned trawler in the Manna area along with over 140 kilograms of Kerala cannabis. The recovery was made during a patrol conducted by the Navy beyond the sea area of the Pesale area in Manna. It is believed that the suspects may have abandoned the Kerala cannabis along with the arrival of the Navy. In the meantime, the Navy succeeded in recovering 60 kilograms of beedi leaves during a patrol carried out within the Mullaitivu coast. The beedi leaves, which was found in the coast, had been handed over to the Kate's police for further inquiries. An all-night period chanting was organized last night, marking the 40th anniversary of the Independent Television Media Network. It was followed by the offering of Heel Dana to the Mahasangha this morning. Religious observances were carried out at the head office at Vikramasinghapura, Battaramulla to mark the 40th anniversary of the Independent Television Media Network. The relics casket for the Pirit chanting was brought in a perahara with the participation of 16 Buddhist monks. The relics casket was given by the Daham Paramita Foundation. The higher management of the Independent Television Network, led by Thai chairperson Tilaka Jayasundara, invited the Buddhist monks for the chanting of Pirit. The main Anushasana was delivered by the chief incumbent of the Nalanda Rama Temple in Nugegura, the Venerable Tiniyavala Palita Thera.
ඔබ සෑම දිනාටම අයිති ඔබ සෑම දිනාගේම පුද්ගලික දේපලක් හැටියට කල්පනා කරලා කටයුතු කළොත් මේ ආයතනය තව තවත් දියුණුවට පත් කර ගන්න පුළුවන්කම ලැබෙන බව ඉතාමත්ම සන්තෝෂයෙන් සිහිපත් කරන්න ඕන.
In his sermon, the Venerable Thera said that the ITN property belongs to everyone, and if anyone considered it as a private property, it would not be possible to further develop the institution. He extended his wishes for the management and staff members the strength and courage to maintain it without any tragedy. Heel Dana was offered to the members of the Mahasangha after the Pirit chanting, which presided until this morning. The morning Dhamma sermons were conducted by the chief incumbent of the Sri Sumanarama temple in Thalavatugoda, the Venerable Vijitaransi, and the Venerable Rajakiya Pandita Karabankulame Siri Dhamma Thera of the Ratmalana Paramadhamma Chaitya Pirivena Vihare. The Pinkamer was joined by members of the ITN staff, including the higher management. The United States has assured continued support to Sri Lanka to minimize the damages inflicted by disasters. This assurance was given by the US Ambassador to Sri Lanka to Minister Ranjit Madhuma Bandara. The meeting between the US Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Alaina Tuplis, and Minister of State Administration, Disaster Management and Rural Affairs Ranjit Madhuma Bandara took place in Colombo. Their discussions centered on the disastrous situation that could be experienced in the next few days in the island with the southwest monsoon conditions and the initiatives that had so far been taken to face the drought, pointing out that the United States was always with Sri Lanka for her support. The US ambassador opined that her country would extend full support to the island during a disaster situation. Minister Ranjit Madhuma Bandara apprised her of the actions Sri Lanka has so far taken during a disastrous situation. Ambassador Alaina Tuplis further said that the United States would do its utmost to extend full support to Sri Lanka continuously. In more local news, Chief Justice Jayanta Jayasuriya has decided to appoint a 7-member judge bench to hear the petitions filed against the suspended police chief Pujith Jayasundara and former Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando.
These petitions have been filed calling for legal action against them in accordance with the Penal Code for not taking action to prevent the Easter Sunday attacks. As this is of national significance, Judge Buane Kaluvihare said that the Chief Justice had decided to appoint a fuller bench to consider the case. Accordingly, the case is due to be taken up before a full bench on the 12th of July. Limited objections of the respondents should be filed within 3 weeks. Orders were given to provide the related documents with regard to the petitions within a week. One of the petitions against the defendants had been filed by a father of 2 children who died in the attack on the Kuchikade church. The case filed against parliamentarian Prasanna Ranatunga and his wife will be taken up for hearing on the 1st of August. The order was given by the Colombo High Court. 3 witnesses in the case were today ordered to appear before court during the next hearing by the High Court. MP Ranatunga and his wife are accused of selling a land in Mitotamulla, Kolonava for 64 million rupees to a businessman. The sale is said to have taken place after forcing out some illegal occupants of the land.
Let's now take a look at the very latest in the business arena. The Monetary Board of the Central Bank will have to consider imposing a lending cap on the banks if the banks are not cooperative enough to reduce the high lending rates. The central bank recently imposed a cap on deposit rates with the intention of bringing down lending rates by about 200 basis points. But so far, the rates have come down only by 31 basis points. The central bank said it observed high interest rates charged on lending products and excessively high interest rates offered on deposit products despite the measures taken to bring down overnight interest rates and enhance market liquidity through the reduction of simple sequence repeat. And that is a wrap-up of Prime TV News for today. Prime News returns tomorrow. And in the meantime, do visit our website, www.itnnews.lk, your go-to source for the very latest in news at home and overseas. For the Prime TV News team, I'm Abrar Abid. A very good evening and take care.